Hi guys, today we've got a really weird looking dinosaur toy here, which I absolutely love. And it's a two-headed T-Rex. How cool is that? Just absolutely dig this figure. It's quite unique. And yeah, it has a lot of character and a lot of charm. So let's have a look at this guy. So as you can see, got his chest wide open there. So he's got two heads, red. I don't know why they chose to go like with the really red head, kind of like a chicken, you know, like a rooster. But both are different. This one's got this kind of flap for spike, and he's just got the spike on the other head. Pretty cool that you've got the spines running all the way down. Hollow figure, but legs are solid and the tail is solid. Now, I have another one of these guys, and one of his wrists have snapped off from here, so a bit fragile. Yeah, a little bit thin, even though it's flexible, but I'm sure a kid playing with it could easily break that. So I've just got some minor details on that. Ribs, again, the spines kind of changes a bit in the direction there on the tail. Really awesome design. See if I painted the head is soft. It's got an imprint of a tongue there, which is quite cool. But on the other side, yeah, you can vaguely see there's an imprint of a tongue there, so that's a good little detail. Nostrils. Really looks cool on the shelf. I would have preferred if they kept the kind of same color scheme on their head. The blue eyes do stick out. So not too sure who would have produced this. I'm guessing maybe Imperial, maybe, because there's nothing to mention. No stamp, nothing. So I think this was, again, around the 80s, maybe 90s era. But what's cool is I'll leave it like that. One of the more commonly found Tyrannosaurs, which will be giving a more detailed review. And I think Imperial may have made this famous T-Rex that you always see. You see these guys a lot, they're quite common, but if you look, they both got the similar kind of colorway and tail and like the feet and the ribs, like very similar, so there's a good chance, like if you look at the wrinkles and just there's so many design elements in the design that's so common, like, you know, the lines in the leg. So I have a feeling that the same company produced these. And the other thing as well is how this guy is molded. So it's all molded as one. The body, obviously it's being glued, like there, the seams. But their head's been like added on afterwards. So there may be figures out there that are being made that may have had a different head, but same body. So I'm not too sure. My only gripe is the tail kind of thins out a little bit too thin here. Just a little bit too thin, but it ain't too bad. And obviously the wrist being a bit fragile, and maybe I would have had the color of the head section more matching, but an awesome, fantastic vintage Tyrannosaur. I wouldn't have expected that it would have cost much back in the day. Probably just a couple bucks. Very uncommon. I've only got 2 in my collection, and all these years, that's all I've come across. Even when I've looked on eBay, I hardly see them. I have seen them on international eBay, but nothing here in Australia. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that review, and I'll see you soon.